everybody. Welcome back to She's Got the Lead. And for my first interview of the year, I have Penn Hills Head Coach, Charles Morris. So first, I want to say congratulations to you. This is your first head coaching job, and it's at your old high school. So could you tell me about the process of getting the job and how it feels?
Well, I would say it feels extremely good. I'm super excited because this is definitely somewhere I wanted to be. I always told myself and I prayed about it. If I ever become a head coach at a high school, I will hope that I get the opportunity to be a head coach at my high school. And God has blessed me with the opportunity to come back to my high school. In the process, it's like anything, you go through your trials and tribulations. It was like, there was openings for the position a few times. I applied 2 previous times and I didn't get it, didn't get a call back. And then on the third time I got a call back and then officially got the job. So it feels so good that, just stayed the course and fought through those adversities and got an opportunity to be a head coach at my Alma Mater, which is just super exciting. And I'm just ready to get to work.
So since you're an alumni from Penn Hills, how was the tradition when you were at Penn Hills, and how are you going to carry that into coaching the guys now?
I would say the biggest tradition was a sense of family and pride. And then the community. So trying to get all of those things back into the fold, so everyone feels like they're a part and together, like we do this together. I just remember my games, it was like the whole town would kind of shut down Friday nights and everyone would be at the game. So trying to get everyone back involved so that, they feel that mystique, that essence of Penn Hills again. So I know it's going to take a lot of work, a lot of communication, a lot of buy-in from people to come and support. And I'm, up for the challenge.
So do you feel like the kids are adjusting to you, being that you are a younger head coach?
Yeah, most definitely. I think they like the feeling of someone who's closer in age that they can relate to, but also someone's old enough to maintain the discipline and structure, and knows kind of like the direction that they want to go in. I definitely think they're very, very receptive to the change. They've been coming on here, they've been working hard. We've been probably averaging about anywhere from 50 to 60 kids in the off season, and we have about 10 to 12 kids that run track, a few kids that play volleyball. I'm looking at it, our numbers is roughly anywhere from 70 to 80 kids, which is very exciting for the first season. So I'm definitely excited.
So also with you being a younger head coach, how are you setting up your kids for the recruitment process and like some connections?
So I think being younger and not being so far removed, I kind of know what's going on with college football. And there's multiple layers to it. One with COVID and how COVID kind of helped. I mean, COVID kind of changed as far as like you starting to see a lot of juniors and seniors on college rosters now because those kids are playing additional years. They stayed an extra year. And then also the second part is kind of like this free agency portal, so to speak, the transfer portal, which is kind of becoming free agency for college athletes. So now what it does is it's taken away from the high school athlete getting scholarships because college coaches are more comfortable, I would say, or feel more comfortable. I'm assuming with college athletes who already know how the schedule is, they know the routine of college life, they have playing experience, versus kind of bringing in a young guy who don't really know the lay of the land. That they can get, they could transition a little smoother. So what's happening is high school athletes have to be even more, I use the terminology on point. So all your I's got to be dotted, your T's got to be crossed with your academics, with your test scores, with your game film, and then just your character. So everything has to match for when colleges are going to be, a little bit more willing and open to provide your athletic scholarship because they're using more for college athletes. So now you're competing against the transfer portal kids that are already in college, as well as your high school athletes that may play similar positions or interested in similar schools than you. So now you gotta make sure everything is on point, and make sure you're eligible. I mean, in the sense of being a qualifier, because you don't want to go there and they can't use you right away because then you lessen your value. So that's one message I've been trying to get across to the kids, is to make sure they're going to be totally prepared, making sure they got their NCAA clearinghouse set up so that they know what class they need to take. If they need to take additional class to kind of boost their core GPA up that's on their NCAA clearinghouse to help them qualify a little bit easier. So I've been just trying to provide them all that information so that they're, well versed. So then when colleges come, they're like, oh, you know what? I want this kid. He's ready to go. I like his game film. All of his test scores check the box, or his GPA checks the box. He already got his NCAA clearinghouse set up. We'll be ready to good to go for this kid, and we'll get him right in. So that's what I'm trying to get across to the kids, to make sure they're always prepared. So when that door opens up, they can have opportunities versus they're waiting for an opportunity to open and they already have it.
Yeah, because the transfer portal is really crazy this off season. So it's good that you're setting them up, the right way and telling them the things that they may run into and to how to avoid that. So what would you say are some realistic goals, being that now you're in the off season? What are some realistic goals that you have for next season?
So my realistic goals is honestly helping every kid have an opportunity to have a plan, whether they decide they want to play college football, whether they want to just go to college, whether they just want to go to a trade, military, they just want to work. My biggest goal is to try to shape the whole young man or woman who wants to be involved in our program. It's bigger than just football for me. So making sure they always have a life plan, a college plan, or a trade plan. So they are setting themselves up for life after high school and not just life after football. So my biggest goal is to make sure we support the whole player, the whole student, and not just the football player. So it's just to make sure everyone has a plan and they're moving in the right direction.
That's good. And it seems like when you mentioned about giving back to the community that you're really, putting your best foot forward into doing that. And I think that it will really help. And you guys will be great this year. So I can't wait to see what you guys do. And thank you.
Well, thank you.